and the controlling of data flow will happen inside the project. So the controlling of the flow, when to print something, when to display something, when to do something, correct? So if the button is clicked, then only do something. So those all is going to come into the control structure, where we will be learning how to control the flow of data. That come under the control structure. There you can control the data using two way. One is called condition. Another one is called loop. Under the condition, we have certain. Under the loop, we have certain. Through example, one by one, we will understand. After finishing this part, we will enter under the array manipulation. Like when you are going to work on the project, your data will come from the backend in the bulk array. It will be JSON, JSON to array, JSON object, array object, money activity happen. So in that case, how to handle the array? Inside the array, there is a lot of logics we have to apply, plus a lot of functions are there that we have to understand. So in that, we will be understanding single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, nested array, array inside array, how that works. So those idea will get. After understanding the array, we will enter under the function. Like suppose a certain type of task you want to do again and again. So no need to write the code again and again. We can write a function, we can create a function, and that function we can keep calling every time whenever we require based on a parameter or without parameter. In that also we have three type of function, like according to the old style how people was writing the function in modern JavaScript programming using the ECMAScript 5.6 how the people write the function. Okay. This all coming under the basic part. Till here, it is going to come under the basic part. In that, we will create a lot of example. And in this area, we will be spending close to 5 days of time. 5 days of time we'll spend under this particular part. 1 week, you can say. After that, we will enter under the data binding. In data binding, first you have called events. Some using keyboard when you are operating the system, how the keyboard react with the JavaScript. Using mouse when you are handling a website, how the mouse react with the JavaScript, how it's communication happen. Those all come under the events. We will be working on that. Data binding pure part will be starting from here. Like when we are processing the data in JavaScript, how to pass that content to the browser, how to bind to the browser. So there will be property binding will come, data binding will come, many more will come. These all are under the second week. From here onwards, this is under the second week. Okay. Now, once we come under the data binding part, and this part you can see, till here we have written, These all are only JavaScript. In that there is no HTML code. Like it is C programming. How we write the program in the C and will run through the compiler. Similar way here also we'll write the program in JavaScript and will run through the Node.js. In that you are not going to merge with the HTML directly, because merging with the HTML directly with the JavaScript will be a little complex part. So first we will understand, okay, JavaScript programming, how to write, where to write, how to run, array how to look, for loop how to look, okay, condition how to apply, variable, function how to write, how many types we can write the function, how to arrange the data in multi-level, array function, adding the data, deleting the data, manipulating the arrays, sortings, searching, everything will come under this part. Okay. So this will be only JS file, like C programming. There you will understand the complete syntax of JavaScript. Okay. Next coming, this all will come under the second week. Here onwards, you will start merging HTML and JavaScript together. Okay. Next, when you come under the HTML and JavaScript together, we need to have a clear idea, yes, how to manipulate the array. In the Flipkart, you have seen add to cart, delete from the cart, place the order, product list, right? How those array works. Okay? Those idea we will be getting under the array manipulation, single dimensional array, saving, listing, editing, deleting. There will have HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, all kind of everything will combine together. You will be comfortable with the JavaScript. Then question will come, yes, we are able to do, we are able to manage and all, but we are not able to store for tomorrow. Today we did and it's lost the data, tomorrow we cannot see. Then another logic will come, web storage. That is called local storage and session storage. In that you can store some data for temporary use. Today you can store under the local storage, tomorrow you can access. It will not erase immediately. It will take some time or we can erase manually. So that will work for a small storage. Now these all are happening in the local machine. Next, you need to communicate with the backend because JavaScript is a client-side processing language. It has to communicate with the backend. It has to send the data to backend. It has to receive the data from backend. There, this concept will come. API concept will come. API. Under the API, I have split it two parts. I have many URL, many API I have that we can use, that I have written in the server and that we can use. And another option is there, we can create our own API also. Using JSON server we can set up and there we can create the API and this will be like a mock API. It will work, but it will not be the permanent solution. So here we can store the data in the file system and from there we can do fetching the data, deleting the data, listing the data, edit, all operation we can do here. Okay, there you will be getting idea when you are communicating with the backend using JavaScript. Okay, then what is the meaning of import and export? Okay, there again, how the sync and await work, async and await, those idea will come. Here again, JSON server is written. So while communicating with the backend or while communicating with the other end of the front end to back end, there will be concept of, you can say again, Ajax will come. When you are writing the map function, when you are using the page function, there you will have a concept of promise function, how that work. What is the meaning of callback function, how that work. Okay, those idea will come. Ajax will come. Ajax will also help you to read the data from the back end. Okay, asynchronous call will happen in this also. Next, we'll have called OOPS, JavaScript Object-Oriented Programming. Inside that, we will understand, yes, how to write the class object and how to do the inheritance, how to write once, how to use many. So this all are going to take some time. Okay, some time in the sense, nearly the syllabus will be close to 18 to 20 classes, nearly 1 month of time. Okay, 1 month of time. In that, daily, maybe after 2-3 class, I'll give you some example daily assignment daily. You can follow that. We are going to this all. In that, some more topics are there. This is the old syllabus I have that I have added earlier. In that, some more topic will get added, and then this all will be covered within a month nearly. You can plan properly for this and all, and we'll go ahead one by one. Okay. Anyone want to add anything in that? You want to say something?
Hi, sir.
Tell me, sir.
Node.js is not downloaded here. This is completely left out.
Come again.
Asking for administration password.
Your voice is doing echo. You're using mic or something else? It's not clear. Words are not clear what you're trying to say.
Node.js will not download here.
Node.js is required. To run the JavaScript code, Node.js we will be following. Node.js we are not going to learn that. Node.js we require for this one. For which one? To run the JavaScript files. Okay. We require the Node.js to run the JavaScript files. Okay. Okay then. Let's go then. So hope we have done the installation of Node.js. After doing the installation of Node.js and this one, Node.js and VS Code, you can open your CMD, and in the CMD you can check once like this, node space -v. If node command is working, that meaning your JavaScript is installed properly. Okay, so hope it's ready for everyone. Now let's understand one basic structure how the JavaScript works. I will go here in this file only. So HTML, this is HTML. HTML is for this purpose. One is called input and another one is called output. Via HTML, we can collect the input from user, and again via HTML, we can give the output to user. HTML is not going to do any kind of processing work. It's a static language. We can make it a dynamic. We can make it a DHTML with the help of JavaScript. We can write XHTML also with the help of JavaScript. Okay, but HTML only not going to process the data. It has the feature, yes, you can collect the input from user and it will display the output to user. But the processing will not happen at this place. CSS, what you have? CSS says like it's help you for the look and feel. Look and feel. Look and feel. Look and feel. CSS will help you to change the look and feel. Suppose HTML has designed a basic layout. If you apply the CSS, look and feel will get changed. But still your page is static only. It is not is dynamic. It is not going to take the input and it will not give the output. It will take the input, but it will not process because the processing capacity is not there under your HTML and CSS. Next, JavaScript will come. JavaScript will come. JavaScript call it a client-side processing language. You can call it a scripting language. Okay. But in a scripting language, we have many more. Some language are a scripting language only, but they will process in the server. Some that execute in the server. JavaScript, we have also a scripting language, but its execution happen in the client, user computer, in the browser. So this JavaScript, what is going to do? When you are implementing the JavaScript, the basic understanding of HTML is required. HTML will come for what purpose? To take the input. Take the input. Next, after that, HTML will hand over the input to JavaScript. For the processing purpose. And again, after processing, JavaScript will hand over the output to HTML again as the output. So at this place, definitely HTML knowledge is required. Else the first week, what we are going to learn the processing, the basic JavaScript, that is going to, we are going to understand that, where JavaScript programming will learn, that part will be okay. But when HTML will come, when data binding will happen, that time you will be uncomfortable if the HTML knowledge is not there. So minimum HTML knowledge is required, okay, to learn the JavaScript in the better way. Next, after that, HTML is okay. You are able to merge it. You are able to do the process through JavaScript. You are able to display the output. So input happen, processing happen, output is also happening. Okay. Input happen, processing is happening, output also happening. But again, at this point, user wanted to see the output in different way. They wanted the output should come, input should happen, output also should come, but design should be little attractive. So at this place, what we required, but CSS is also required to make it more better. Okay, so this is the main and you can say minimum knowledge is required to work on JavaScript, or maybe you can learn the JavaScript or to implement the JavaScript. Now let me come to the browser, not browser in my system. And let us understand, this is a user here. A user will come and he will open the browser. He will open the browser. This is a browser. And user open the laptop. Inside the laptop or mobile, he will open the browser. After that, this browser interaction will happen to HTML. In fact, your browser is going to deal with the HTML. This is your web application now. This is your complete web application. Assume. This is your complete web application. Now inside this web application, I have made here double arrow mark that represent user will enter the value in the browser. From browser, it will go to the application, and from application, it will come to the browser. For that purpose, I have made double arrow key. Now, when it come under the application, how the flow is going to happen? In fact, the first point is the HTML only. In fact, the first point will be HTML, where your browser is going to deal with. HTML is going to give the information, collect the information from browser itself. Now, user has done the input, but where he has done the input? In fact, he has done the input in the HTML only. So suppose this is your input area. One place you given an input, one more place you given the input, and one more place you given the some kind of action button. Suppose, for example, I given here a 5. And I given here again 5. And we clicked on plus button. We click on plus button. Now JavaScript says like, you have to give me the value, then only I can process. But user has come, user opened the browser. Inside the browser, browser is dealing with the HTML. HTML has designed 2 text box. User has entered the value. Now this both the value is given by user only under the HTML, and it's representing under the browser. Now from there, here what should happen? This both the input should be hand over to the JavaScript. So assume this is your JavaScript now. JavaScript. Now two input has come from user, 5 and 5. This both input will be handed over to JavaScript as a 5 and 5. 5 plus 5. So JavaScript will say yes. 5 plus 5. I will use a operator called plus operator. And finally, I can process the data and I can get it as a 10. As a 10. 10. Now this 10 happen under the JavaScript. This 10 happen under the JavaScript and it is supposed to go to the user. Then only user can see. So this 10 now 5 plus 5 10 got ready. Now this 10 we have to return back to the browser saying like yes, the output is 10. So again what will happen? Here it will say as a result as a 10. So at this place, what is this part JavaScript has done here? This is for your processing area. This is for your processing area. Processing area. HTML has taken the input. There is no doubt in that. HTML has displayed the output. There is no doubt in that. But process happened by whom? Process happened by JavaScript. This processing can be done by PHP also, Node.js also, you can say Java also, Python also. But the problem is those languages execute in the server. Those languages execute in the server. Those languages will not execute in the browser. So this activity I have made, this activity, where this activity is happening. This activity is not happening in the server. There is no communication with the server. This happened directly under the user computer only. For example, I'll give you, suppose you open a website in your laptop. Website is hosted, assume like is a Chennai server. You are sitting in the Bangalore. You enter, open the website and suppose page appear like this. Enter first number, second number and click on plus button. Output should come as a 10. So question is, when you open the website, you enter the value. Where you enter the value? You enter the value in your computer because from your computer request went to the server. Server has sent one copy of HTML, CSS and JavaScript to your computer. Now that HTML, CSS and JavaScript came to your computer and executed in the browser because browser is in your computer. Executed in the browser. After that output is ready. HTML design ready, CSS look and feel ready, JavaScript is sitting behind. You will enter the value in your browser and processing will happen by your browser only. There is no communication with the backend. Suppose for example, if I design a backend like this, backend like this. So assume this backend is hosted in Chennai. Okay. This user is open the website in the Bangalore. This user open the website in Bangalore. Okay. Now my question is, in the backend there is a database. Let me write here, call it a DB. Database can be anything. Very many databases. And here is a language. Assume like it is as a Python or Java. Assume any language you can consider. As a backend language, you can consider as a maybe Python, or maybe you can consider as a Java, PHP, Node.js, anything. Okay, this is in the backend. This is hosted in the Chennai, and this website what you have opened, website and backend frontend both are in the server only. But question is, when you have sent a request from your computer, when you open the website, request gone to the server. From server, response came. So response came to your computer. It has designed the layout in your computer. Now you are going to enter the 5 plus 5, press the button. So question is at this point, the processing is going to happen 5 plus 5, where it is going to happen? In your computer or server? JavaScript says, right? I don't need to communicate every time from the backend. I can do the process in user computer itself. And finally, at last, if anything need to store in the backend, then I can send that copy to the backend. If no need to store in the backend, there is no communication from the backend. Because of that, JavaScript is called a client-side processing language. Suppose I will open a website and I will enter the 5 plus 5 and click on add button. It will give me the 10. So entire process will happen in my computer. The JavaScript is going to utilize your processor. JavaScript is going to utilize your browser. JavaScript is going to utilize your browser's engine. And the processing is going to happen in your browser. In fact, the browser is in your computer. So indirectly, your computer is being utilized by the website. Okay, and website is using your computer to process your data. And that is taken care by whom? JavaScript. HTML is responsible to collect the input and give the output. JavaScript is responsible to process the data. CSS will be responsible to apply the look and feel. Right? So this concept is major area to understand, yes, how the JavaScript work. Okay. Simply you learn the JavaScript, but what you are learning inside, that is the matter. Okay. So that point is important to understand how the JavaScript is going to process the data. So our first priority will be for a week to understand this processing part, how JavaScript is going to process the data. Once we understand the processing part, then we will spend time to communicate with the HTML. Once we learn that, then we will spend the time to combine the JavaScript with the backend. Here, communicate with the backend also. It's called the API, something like this. It's called the API. In that many things will come. Okay, so this will be our area where we are going to learn now. So basic HTML, CSS, we have got idea. Now let's come to the JavaScript part. So it is called a processing language. It is going to process the user data in user computer. Okay, so come to your system now. In your system, what you will do? You create a folder called JavaScript. Anywhere, wherever you have stored the HTML files and all, there only you can create a folder called JavaScript. Under the JavaScript, you will create a folder called basic. Basic. Now, after creating a basic folder, you can create one more folder here called data binding. This all come under the advanced part. Next, we will create a folder called API. Next, we will create a folder called Ajax. Next, we will create a folder called import-export. Import and export. Okay, so how many folders are ready? 5 folders are ready. So we will be spending the JavaScript entire time within these areas, these folders. Okay, hope folders are ready. Next, after that, we will go to the basic folder, and our first program will be under the basic folder only, understanding how to create a file and how to run in JavaScript. Okay, create and how to run it. So you can go here. When we learn something, okay, learn something for anyone. So old person, new person, old brain, new brain, everywhere. There is nothing like in one day a person can be a rocket. In one day, in half an hour, in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, there is nothing in the market, a person will become a rocket, will become a robot of JavaScript. It's a need some time for anyone, for everyone, not for anyone, for everyone. Time is required. But our problem is what? We think like within 10 minutes, why I am not becoming an expert? Patience is required. With the patience, systematically way, if you learn anything, it will be able to understand. There is nothing like a random. Okay, so we will come under the basic folder. See, in your computer, you have installed the VS Code. Let's open the VS Code. VS Code, go here. Search in your computer, Visual Studio Code will be there. Click on that, open that. Opening, it's little slow for me. Okay, after opening the VS Code, So hope the VS Code is available with everyone. You will come to the file and there is an option called open folder. Go to the file and click on open folder. Open folder option you can click. After clicking on open folder, it is asking select your folder. So you can go to the system and go to your particular folder. And here I have JavaScript folder. I will go under the JavaScript. Then I will click on basic. Will not do double click, just only click. Just click once on your JavaScript folder. So hope you are till here. JavaScript double click. After clicking on JavaScript folder, go inside, click on basic folder. Click on basic folder. After clicking on basic folder, you have option here called select folder. Right? Just click on select folder. The particular folder will get loaded in your project. Basic JavaScript folder will get loaded under the VS Code. I will repeat again. You need to go to the file, select the open folder option. In file, select the open folder option. After selecting the open folder option, you will see your folder will come. If showing something else, go to your folder. Right, go to your folder. Click on basic and select open folder. Click on basic and after that click on select folder. Click on select folder here. So this basic folder will get loaded here. Basic folder will get loaded. Hope ready? Next. Here in the left hand side you can see, in basic folder left hand side you can see, there is an option, three options are there. Plus for the file, second plus for the folder, third is the reload icon, and fourth is a collapse expand. Plus folder, reload, collapse expand. So we are going to create a file. We are going to create a file. So we will click on plus, first plus symbol, that is called file. Click on first plus. It is asking the file name. Give the file name called abc.js, abc.js, js. File extension will be .js. abc.js. Enter. File will get ready. abc.js file. file will get ready, abc.js file. abc.js. Let me know once. Anyone problem? Are you able to create the file? File name.js. Now under this file name.js that we have called abc.js, let's write one small line. Console.log. You will ask, what is this console.log? Console is the predefined class name. Console is the predefined class name. Inside that class, log is a function. Console is the predefined class name. Inside that, log is a function. Using that, we can print some output in console. Like C++, how you used to print some output, something. Or maybe in case no idea on C++, assume like console.log is a function in JavaScript that used to print the output in the JavaScript. In Java, if you want to print any output, we can use this function console.log. Forward, once we combine with the HTML, console.log will not be required. But as of now, to print each and every statement, we are going to use this function as a console.log. Okay, now come inside the console.log, print inside. Hi. My page is working. Okay, hope ready. Save the file. After saving the file, Control S you can press. Save will happen. Look at here, there is a terminal on the top. Terminal. In the VS Code, if you are using, you have terminal on the top. Okay. Now go to the terminal. Under the terminal, there is a new terminal. Terminal and new terminal. Terminal and new terminal. Click on that. New terminal. Okay, something like it's got open. It is pointing to your particular path, particular JavaScript, then basic folder. At this place now you are going to write. In the same particular path you are going to write node space your file name. What is the file name? File name is called ABC. Node space abc.js. So abc.js we are going to compile using the node file, using the node compiler. Node space abc.js. Enter. It should show you, hi, my page is working. Check something like printed. It's running for how many people? Try. Writing only can make you suitable. Without writing the JavaScript code, you cannot do anything. Okay, so hope you are able to see that is work. Now let's come. So we can run from here every time. You can write the JavaScript code here, like C++, you can run from here. Node become a compiler with the help of Node. You are compiling your JavaScript code, right? After that, it will work easily. Let's go here. Write one more line. Console.log. Okay. Here in this line, put /n. It represent, normally we know /n means it's break the line. The JavaScript is maybe this right second line. This is second line. /n again. /n will help you to work like a BR. In HTML, we have a BR tag that break the line in the browser. HTML tag break the line in the browser. It goes to the new line in browser. Okay, but that will apply the BR in the browser. But here, as of now, we are under the JavaScript. If you want to apply line break, what we have to do? Definitely console.log will go to the new line always. But in case if you want to give double line break, you want to give extra line break, extra space between two lines, how to do? So we have a /n. With the help of /n, you have to put in double quote. It will break the line in JavaScript. Next, after that, let us come to the again that terminal and do again node space ABC. .js is optional. You can leave ABC. node space, sorry, you can leave .js, node space abc you give and press enter. It should compile. See, line break happen. It's saying like this is the second line. Line break happen between two lines. Come down again. Console.log. Put here Bangalore /t /t /t. Okay, /t meaning is what? It's give some space. How many space will come? 1 /t is a 4 space. /t is helping you here to apply the 4 space. Bangalore and Mumbai. Mumbai /t Delhi. So what will happen? Bangalore and Mumbai will have 4 space and 1 space here in the beginning and 1 space here. Total 6 space. Between Mumbai and Delhi also there will be 6 space. 4 from one tab and 1 before the T and 1 after the T. So /t used to apply the tab. And tab is for what purpose? Equal to 4 space. If you don't want to give a space 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, we can give /t. /t will help you to apply the 4 space in the single sort. Okay, next after that, let's come to the CMD and check again. Node space abc.js. You can see here line break happened using /n and the space got applied, 6 space got applied using /t. Right? So what we got idea? We got idea in JavaScript how to print a line and how to put the slash, how to apply, how to go to the new line, how to break the line, and how to apply the tag. Next, you see in that, suppose if you are writing the code, definitely some line will be easy, some line will be difficult, some line will be logical line where we have to write some comment. So how to write the comment? Comment is nothing but one kind of guidance for the future. Like suppose this line I have written here, /t I have written. What is the meaning of /t? Suppose this page I wrote and I left the company. Project is half ready. It's not complete ready. Now the company will hire some other developer. When the next developer will come, he need to work on the project. He need to continue with the pending task. So again, once suppose he will come to this line, how he will understand what is the meaning of /n. So at this place, you can write a comment. It is called single line comment. Using double slash, it will start. And this line will be ignored by compiler. Your compiler will ignore this line saying like, okay, it is not useful for me. So how to write the comment? Just put double slash. It's called single line comment. So here I can write /n or using /n, we can break the line like BR. Using /n, we can break the line like BR. Here one more comment I'll write here. /t, what it will do? Using /t, it apply, I think 4 space in same line. What it represent here? Same line represents like in the same line horizontally, not vertically. It will not break the line. In the same line, it will continue and it will apply the 4 space slash t. For tab, you can say for tab, and it apply 4 space in the same line. Those 2 line I have written called single line comment. Here is a multi-line comment. This is called multi-line comment. This is called multi-line comment. Comment 1, comment 2, comment line 3. This is becoming what? Multi-line comment. Multi-line comments in JavaScript. Slash star star slash.
Sir, I have one question. Suppose there are multiple codes, like more than 10 codes. So I want to make those 10 codes under the multi-line comments. So is there any shortcut key or like that I have to provide? In the keyboard, is there any shortcut key?
Keyboard shortcut key will not be there. You can select this line like shortcut key are there.
Yes.
Someone written Control KC. Or after commenting also there will be option here. And comment anyone can see. Okay, मैं बताता हूँ. Scroll. Okay, control plus question mark. Control plus question mark is for the single line comment. Multi-line command. Control KC. Control KC. Capital K. Control K and then C. This all are happening as a multi-line comment. See, control plus slash if you put, control plus slash if you put, then single line comment will get applied. Control plus slash. Control, those many keywords no need to apply. Okay. Multi-line comment, but multi-line comment single line comment is getting applied.
So try with Shift plus Alt plus C.
Control plus Alt plus A. Shift
Plus Alt plus A.
Shift plus
Yeah, try that.
Shift plus Alt plus A. This is multi-line command. Yeah, it's very good. Shift Alt A. And for on comment,
It's the same.
you can say no, it will go in reverse order. Okay, next after that, we will start from here, that variables and all, how variable declaration definition will happen, how to store the value, type of variable also we have, three type of variable we have, constant, late, and var. Difference we'll see on, and then we'll continue on by that. So we'll log in again tomorrow. Today we'll leave here only. Setup is ready. Installation part is completed. From here we'll continue next. We'll log in tomorrow. Same 6:45 or 6:50. Morning time, sometime 5 minutes late will happen, but just you can wait there. I will be coming online.
So tomorrow same time or any other time? 8.
Same time. Same time in the sense same. What time we log in today? 6:50.
Yeah.
Very morning time. It's very difficult because I came
Yes,
here.
sir, that I know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, my classes are from the morning only, so I came here